Live and local from Fox 7.
Here now with author J. Brent Clark to talk about his latest book, Texas Caesar, about the late Darrell K. Royal. Thank you so much for coming in.
Good morning.
Good to be here in the shadow of
the stadium. You bet.
DKR, Texas Memorial Stadium, to talk about this man who's so revered here in Austin and beyond, and kind of a new full look at him. A man who's so known in some ways and been written about so much. Tell us about the book and why you got involved in the project.
I want to start by saying that if you were to visit your local bookstore and go to the self-help section and go to the books on dating, how to date, you'd find that there's a consistent thread. What a companion is supposed to do for you is be hot, smart, and funny. I can tell you that Edith Thomason, at the age of 16, was hot, smart, funny. And the great irony is Darrell Royal was hot, smart, funny. And that continued throughout their years. I mean that with all seriousness. They were very charismatic, very charming, and they loved people.
Well, and Ms. Royal, we still see that, who just celebrated her 90th birthday right here at a big star-studded party. But just a remarkable life of highs and lows. And here, if you've lived in Austin for a while, if you're a Texas ex, if you love UT football, you know some of it. But you may not know all of it. And how remarkable it was in so many ways.
Yes. If I were to say what I think Texans might not understand is that Darrell appeared in Austin at the age of 32, a complete coach, a complete promoter and competitor, and a marvelous, marvelous person, in addition to being a great football coach already. He had been trained by his first mentor was Dean Wild at Hollis High School, whom he loved, then Bud Wilkinson in Oklahoma, and then he had a couple of coaching assignments as a head coach at Mississippi State, in Canada, at the University of Washington for 1 year. And all these things contributed to him honing his talents and his gifts. But Darrell was a very, very analytical person. He loved to play chess with Willie Nelson. It tells you that the chessboard is the same thing as a football game. And he loved that sort of thoughtful approach to the contest.
Yeah, the strategy of it all.
The strategy of it.
What about the arc of his life? And of course, we don't have time to get into all of it, which I'm sure the book gets into, but kind of the really rough beginnings of his life. All of a sudden, at a relatively young age, into his 30s now, coaching at this major program, having success, and some of the people he rubbed elbows with, that had to be a whirlwind of sorts.
Well, it is all laid out in Texas Caesar, but I would tell you that the first critical thing was he lost his mother 6 weeks after he was born. So he grew up in a household with an inattentive father, with some ornery older brothers, and he basically raised himself with the help of the community, Hollis, Oklahoma, which was around 2,800 people at the time. It's a county seat of Harmon County, Oklahoma. So at an early age, he was making money. He was shining shoes. He was sweeping out the gym for the school. But you know, as a young kid, if you have a shoe shine stand down on Main Street and you're dealing with people, you're wanting a tip. And he figured out at the age of 9 or 10 how to be pleasant and engaging and make people feel good about themselves. And I can tell you, having met with Darrell years ago, he made you feel like $1 million.
I never had that privilege. I've got people in my family who were Texas exes and football obsessed who did that and had those encounters. Always pleasant. Always, you feel like he knew you. I mean, that's right.
That's
skill,
exactly
which is an amazing gift.
It's an amazing gift. Some people have it.
But you also have to win, which he was able to
But he had to win, and he did that as well.
What about the entirety of his life? You know, I'm sure so much gets in the book. We talk about a life, you know, we just lost him a few years ago.
That's correct.
It's amazing to think what he retired at the age of 52.
Yes.
Isn't that hard to think of now?
Well, I'll tell you, you know, I don't leave anything out in this short read, 160 pages, because it's unusual for anyone to be able to retire at the age of 52. Nobody can really do that, but he knew what lay ahead, and that was he would be embraced by the University of Texas going forward, and he would have responsibilities for fundraising, and he was great at that, and working with college presidents and looking after the program, even though he wasn't on the sidelines anymore. And he was able to make a living doing that, and he had rich friends as well, and they're all named by in the book.
Well, can't wait to read the book. Where can people get it? Where can people
Okay, the easy way to get it is to go to Amazon.com barnesandnoble.com or jbrentclark.com. On all those websites, you can order the book. And that's the easy way to do it.
Wonderful. I look forward to it. Texas Caesar, J. Brent Clark, thank you so much for your time.
Very well.
Good luck with it.
Thank you.